It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets, the coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time, be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork, fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on, smash. Put in the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to historic Baltimore, Maryland, and M&T Bank Stadium. Today, it's an AFC North matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. And in the backfield out of the starting group, you have to look out for Giovanni Bernard.
And you have to make sure you're ready to hit the spin button with this guy. Awfully exciting in the open field.
To throw again on second down. Jackson and his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now this pass to Vance McDonald complete. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. First carry for James Conner. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down. A check on the numbers last week for Conner. 16 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working, and they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
A run with Conner on first down, going to get about 5. 2nd and 5 coming up. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Tyus Bowser gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. They'll look to throw. That'll be taken in there by James Washington. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
This will be taken in at the 1. And an alley to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Tucker with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one goes down as a 99-yard kick return for 6 from the 1-yard line all the way to the house on the other end. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. 2nd and 5. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone open.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. This is Johnson. He's got it. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
On second down, it's Connor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Shaq Lawson's one of those guys that after a while you quit just trying to define him by a position. Defensive end, outside linebacker, doesn't matter. He knows how to get upfield and spill some plays.
So disruptive. What makes him so disruptive?
I think it's strength. If you see his upper body, I mean, he's got some strength up there and some really good hands, but he's got some surprising quickness as well to get him upfield.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw here. They'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. On second down, Connor looking for space. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The competition comes up in so many different ways, and right now, this unit, their competition. Who's going to get to the quarterback the most times? How about 5 sacks last week? We just saw their first one of this game.
Second and long. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. A dozen plays. On that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays giving up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field, and he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Jackson, it's Hill, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Now Jackson on first down. And now he'll tuck it and run. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with 2nd down and less than a yard. On 2nd down now, it's Hill. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Now a pass dumped off to his running back.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. Jackson from the shotgun. This is caught. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown with touchdown number 7 on the year as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. So that drives 7 plays in length, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting 3s, and you're coming back and getting 2s, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those 6s on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. Now it's counter. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. And he's got his man, the tight end, McDonald. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw here. And his throw here's incomplete. James Washington was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. A 3rd field goal in the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Complete. It's Johnson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It works there.
Yeah, it works very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
And a good effort on the return there gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a bead on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit, a little play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Being chased out left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 18. So a big pickup that time, and Charles, defending AFC Player of the Week, maybe bucking towards another award this week.
Yeah, they say they don't really care about the individual awards. You and I both know
they do.
It means a lot to.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Marquise Brown with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half as the Ravens push further out in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. We have witnessed touchdowns on back-to-back drives. We'll see if the offense can continue this uptick here.
And I know you're looking at me funny. You're wondering when I'm going to get upset watching these guys go up and down field, aren't you?
I wasn't looking at you. I got something in my eye.
That's the excuse that you always use for something like that. Listen, I appreciate good offensive football as much as the next person. When it's played well and is skillful, I'm with it. And right now, this is exciting.
Oh, the defender likes it. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Samuels. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And yes, complete to the tight end, McDonald. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The intended receiver out of the backfield was Jalen Samuels. And it's second down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. 2nd and 10. This one complete, right side to McDonald. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. They're going to look to throw.
And partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. And he's looked pretty good. Does have the 1 interception, but 2 touchdown passes so far. Your analysis?
They'll take the offset. When you're talking about throwing 2 touchdown passes, no one wants to see an interception thrown, but those things happen in the course of a ball game and over the course of a season. But throwing 2 touchdown passes, that's why the team has an advantage. That's what they're looking for more of.
They'll be hoping to make it a 3-1. Oh, it was hit at the line of scrimmage and intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field.
Go! 8-3.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That's complete to his running back, Connor. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime.
60 Pittsburgh.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. He'll drop to throw, and his throw's going to be incomplete. Vance McDonald, the tight end, was the target, and now it's 3rd down. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
At the 36-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
Mike, check, check, check.
From the gun, Jackson. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. And he's got a first down and then some at midfield. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. They go for it on 4th down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 12-yard line. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. And it's caught. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown in the final seconds of the first half as the Ravens push further out in front.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room. Now he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. On second down, Samuels. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They were winners last week, defeating the Raiders, and right now they're in the driver's seat here as they start off 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Right.
22, check, cover. 22, check, cover.
Check 4, check 4.
Mike, check,
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. On the carry, it's Samuels. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now back to throw. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Eli Harrell. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Conner. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. James Conner, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And here comes the Steelers defense making their way onto the field. And the interception the last time, their 3rd takeaway of the game, Charles.
They're just flocking to the football so well. And not only are they doing that, they're making big-time plays and taking it away from them. Big hits, big plays. They're looking very good in this ball game.
You said flocking, flying to the football. Coaches always use that, don't they?
They really do. It's almost as it goes back to the old, when they click off the frame at the end of a play, they want to see all 11 defensive guys in that picture.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Come on, QB, come on. 55 is mine, guys, 55. Here we go, here we go. What's going? Let's pass. Hurry.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 43.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. And I saw that lane start to develop. Boom, he took advantage of it. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 12 yards to pick up there, good for a Raven first. Now it's Jackson.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Jackson now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 10-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Patrick Onwuasor up to make the tackle. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Washington's got it. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Play action. It's Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. Forced out to his left. He may try and run for this. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a 2nd interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Miles Boykin, his first touchdown here of the new campaign as the Ravens push further out in front. And sometimes those slants, they can be so tough to defend after the catch. It just happens so quickly.
And really, what gets set up there is how quickly everything happens. Ball's out of the hands of the passer in a hurry, and he just takes it and goes.
He went all the way into the end zone. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And the Steelers set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. On 1st down, it's Samuels. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Matchbox lights.
On 2nd down now, it's Connor. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Back to throw here. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. There he goes left side. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around? Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. They'll set up to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he goes out right around the 39. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Now a pass that's taken in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Tyus Bowser able to record his 5th sack of the season. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2nd and long. And yes, complete to the tight end McDonald. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
And he's got his man, the tight end McDonald. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice. An ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions,
live
right?
conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson got him in. It's Brown. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Jackson now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row. They were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Well, it looked like a quick hitter, a 3-step drop. But when it's not there, what do? He elects to try and escape through the massive bodies up the middle, and he does so and picks up positive yardage.
3rd and 2. Here's Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Jackson, and my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 13. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. So the Steelers with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score.
Ready?
Back to throw now on 1st down. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a 1st down. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 36. 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. Defense Offensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. All right, let's shift our attention here to Vance McDonald. And the numbers show it, low involvement early. But since he's been involved, it's been a good thing for this offense.
Indeed it has, and when you're able to finally get him going, get him fully integrated into the offense, things feel a whole lot better for your team. It expands everything that they do trying to move the football.
That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. That tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Tyus Bowser in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 35. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tyus Bowser, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys